As fitness professionals, our job is to guide and motivate you towards achieving your goals. However, a big part of our job is coaching. Now, I touch on that word coaching because over the past few weeks, we have spoken about a number of different subjects. We've looked into SMART goals. If you remember that SMART acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. And it was quite an important task to really figure out what it is that you want. We've also looked about into how we develop habits. If we do something consistently, it becomes a habit. So it's easiest for us to stay on track. And we looked into nutrition, and we have also looked into being mindful of how you move when you exercise. And most importantly, looking at our total mental and physical well-being. Now, this is such a fundamental area for personal trainers with our clients to develop real long-term success. So we must coach all these areas and therefore guide and advise to promote total well-being. Now, while we can stream lots of information, especially over these past few weeks on all those different subject headings, it's how we interpret the information and how we put it into an action plan is really, really important. Otherwise, you're likely to fail on that long-term game. So it's important to understand you will naturally jump off the path from time to time. However, if you've designed a routine and a structured plan, you can follow it. And it's easy to get back on track again, especially whichever way we've talked about it before, whether you're paper orientated, where you need a visual aids to help you, or digital reminders. These are all areas to think about, what we're going to touch on in a second. Therefore, this week, I thought it would be important to put those areas we've discussed together into an action plan. And then what we're going to do is map a simple plan and help you provide little tasks that you can inject into the plan to support this long-term success. So firstly, grab a pen and paper to hand, or a digital device, whichever you work best, and begin to answer these following questions. Now, remember those SMART goals. If you sat and did those SMART goals a few weeks back, you can utilize them within this plan. It's worth noting this plan is quite a good development process, not just only for fitness goals, but kind of all subjects of life that you want to really map out. But for this purpose, we're just going to use it for our fitness goals that we want to achieve. That also can be nutrition element or lifestyle, remember, as well. So your first question I want you to write down, and you're going to take time and think about this, is what is your goal? So what is your overarching goal that you want to achieve? And what is it that you really, really want? So number one, what is it that you really, really want? The second thing is, what I want you to think about is, what areas do you think are working particularly well towards achieving this goal currently that you have? So if it's not a goal that you've currently ever had before, then I want you to start to think about looking at your lifestyle and then thinking about this goal and the things that you do currently. Will it help you towards achieving that goal that you've set yourself? So if it's working well, try not to take it away. Start to embed that thing that's working well, because effectively you've developed that as a habit. Now, on the flip side of that, start to think about what areas are not working well. And again, same question is, if this isn't a goal that you've set, what areas are not working well for you at the moment that is going to affect this goal long term? So really write them down. And again, examples for them might be something that time is always an issue. or it might be that you have lots of commitments, whether that might be family, children, that you have to do in front of everything. So really map down those areas. And the next area is obstacles that you're facing with a particular goal that you want to achieve. Remember, this goal could be short term, it could be very minimal, it could be that you want to run 5K or 10K, or it could be a big task. Now, if it is a big task, you really want to think about what those obstacles are. Do you have effectively enough support? Are those obstacles going to set you back further down the line? So what are the things that you can do to help you not jump off the path? So once you've answered those questions, there's a nice little task that you can do side of it. And I like to call this the perfect week. So once you've got these areas on paper, I want you to draw, and actually I'm going to put an example up behind me just to show you an idea of something that I've put together as a template. So 7 days of the week. So we're going to draw a table 7 days a week, as you can see, and then include columns that might be beneficial to you. But for mine here, I've just put it as a training plan. So I've put time of day. So assign a time of day, because that's going to be really important. And then color code each of the areas. For example, you're going to want to inject your work life. Obviously, some things that you can't change for work. We've got to go to work 9 to 5, different in this pandemic, but there are work commitments that obviously you may not be able to change. Secondly, think about your home life. So from a day to day, really think about, from Monday to Sunday, what are all the things that are commitments or things that are must-haves or things that you have to do. Start to inject them into this particular time schedule calendar. And then, most importantly, because this is going to be the focus, is put your leisure time. And that can be where you're working out time, so the time that you have dedicated yourself for training. So an example would be, you would just put in highlights, my workout. So this plan is going to map out when you are effectively going to start your workout phases within the week. And again, I mentioned visual aid, but it's quite a nice thing to be able to put this up so you can see it daily. Again, if you're a digital person, obviously have those reminders on your calendars or build a digital calendar. But particularly if you can put this up where, let's just say, the whole family sees it, it can be a really good visual aid for everyone to see exactly what the week and plan is. And remember, their support towards your success is really important, so you don't jump away from that path. And more importantly, if you do stray from the path, from that goal, it's easy for you to jump straight back on because you've made a scheduled plan. So you can just jump back on weekly. So their support's really, really important. I would try to make this like a fun task. But remember, as I said, if you do have a bad day or a bad week, it's not a problem. You've got it there in front of you. But remember, if you didn't have this at all, there's nothing there to remind you, to prompt you. So it's easy just to stay off track the whole time. And then maybe we've discussed before where we jump on then yo-yo or fads or things, and the same thing will then occur. So this task, I would urge you to do. I'd complete it, especially if you have a family, complete it together. Start to get adventurous, make it where you get everyone involved, make it fun. It will really help motivate towards your success.